there are concerns among many Canadians after watching what happened in Vancouver just before you came to APEC, how you were accosted at a restaurant. We'd like to know whether or not you have any concerns about the level of anger out there in regards to Palestine and how it's affecting you, as well as whether or not what this says about your safety in a place where you normally feel very comfortable. You know, BC is very close to your heart.
I appreciate the question, but it's not about me. I have been clear for weeks now that Canadians lashing out in anger to each other, whether it's a woman in a hijab getting spat on or a Jewish kid going to a college campus that's not feeling safe, or gunshots fired at Jewish schools, or a terrifying rise in Islamophobia alongside the significant rise and very troublesome rise in anti-Semitism. Right now, the grief, the anger, the despair so many Canadians are feeling is bleeding over into each other. We are not a country where Canadians should be scared of other Canadians. We're one of those places in the world where diversity has been a source of richness, of depth, of strength for our country. And I think we all have to commit ourselves every day to be there to listen to each other and to have compassion for each other. I mean, the conversations I've had over the past weeks in mosques and in Jewish community centers, there's nobody who is rationally wishing ill on one of their neighbors, regardless of what their religion is or their story is or their background is. And yet we find ourselves in a moment where the intensity of the emotions, of the fear, of the grief that people are going through is having Canadians forget a little bit about who we are. And my job as Canadian Prime Minister is to help bring Canadians back together, to understand that if Canadians can't figure out how to get along and remember to be compassionate and empathetic towards each other, then where in the world is a solution for the conflict and the tensions in the Middle East going to come? We have an important role to play, and we need all Canadians to step up to meet that role.